Welcome to From Cookie Cutter to Creative Crafts. We're going to do some insect crafts here, mainly some ladybugs. Here we have some of the cookie cutter copycat ladybugs, and we have caterpillars. Here we have the classic egg carton caterpillar. Here's pipe cleaner caterpillars. That's with a potato masher, circles, and cupcake holders. Okay, so here's one of the books I use as a reference. It's Insect World, and really I would have pictures printed out, but I didn't get a chance to do that, so I was just leafing through and showing them what a caterpillar looks like. If we were doing other insects, we would do those too. Then I had this other book that showed bugs. We also referenced The Grouchy Ladybug by Eric Carle and The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Now, since we were doing The Very Hungry Caterpillar first, I decided we were going to paint the tissue paper because that's what Eric Carle does. So what I did was I took two greens and white and I put them in plates, and then I mixed some, each of the dark green and the light green with white, so that way we had four shades. You see, as you add white, you just get a different tone of the color, and that way when they will be stamping on the tissue paper, they'll have a lot of different varieties of green. Now I did use, I had some like pieces of sponges from something that came in a packing box, ripped them apart. You could use any kind of sponges. They even have store-bought ones for these. You can use paintbrushes too, but I happen to like to use sponges. And this young lady, my 4-year-old granddaughter, is stamping away on the tissue paper. I can tell her to try to fill up the white because she's tending to doing it all in one space. So she's getting it pretty wet and soggy to the effect that some of it is ripped, and I put it out to dry. Some is better than others, and here it is all dry. Once it's dry, it's easy to work with, and I decided to just cut up some circles to offer some cut up circles and some of the regular tissue paper. So we start with my male 4-year-old grandson. If you've seen these two before, I have these two 4-year-old grandchildren nearby, male, female. I showed him the picture of the Very Hungry Caterpillar and some of the regular caterpillars, and this is what he created. Then came the female, who is a different personality. If you remember seeing any of them before, you will recognize, even though she is becoming more thoughtful in how she does things because she's getting older. She added marker, she added eyes with buttons, she added a smiley mouth with a marker, and here's her caterpillar. Now, on to the Grouchy Ladybug. This was something that was done a long time ago. I gave them these pieces of paper, and here are the children creating just on their own with scissors and papers and markers. I only gave them red and black markers, and you can see the different ways the children all created. These were fairly young. I think these were 4 or 5-year-old children. Next, we moved into just making regular insects. I gave my grandson, who loves bugs, some cutout pieces and the book for him to make a collage bug. He started out by cutting out some black papers, and then he asked me for a purple paper. So I gave him a purple paper, and he is cutting pieces of the purple paper. Then he decided he needed an oval shape. I found this template for an oval. So he takes a marker and he draws the oval shape, and then he cuts it out. And then he's just cutting other things he needs, like lines. He doesn't realize, of course, that you have to double lines if you want to cut them out. But he manages to cut them out, and he's putting together his bug with these purple papers. And then he starts, after he adds it all together, he starts coloring. He starts coloring on top of the purple with the marker. And I guess he just needed the purple for the body. We had to glue that down a little bit better. And then we talked about where is the bug. So he started adding grass. And then I said, what is that black? And he said, it's dirt. And then he starts covering up all the grass with that black creamy crayon because he was adding dirt for the bug. Then he realized you can't see the grass, so he started adding it again. And then I asked him if he wanted to write about it, and he did. If you want to hear more about moving from cookie cutter crafts to more creative crafts, go to eduartforkids.com.